Playing Telephone. I'm Scarlett Sanchez.
I'm Dennis Kluba.
Hey, Dennis. What's up?
Nothing much. Had a fun weekend here. My week's been fine thus far. Nothing too crazy to report. You were in San Diego over the weekend.
Yeah, I was celebrating my friend's birthday.
You're just jet setting lately.
Yes. Well, this year my motto was like, say yes to everything.
Wow.
You want to go to San Diego? Yes.
It's funny that
you want to go to Shore Bar? Yes.
In May, I'm hearing about your motto for the first time. We see each other more than once a week.
Well, anytime you ask me to do something, I say no.
Yeah, so that's why it's weird.
Disclaimer, except for anything Dennis Kluba asks.
Yeah, it was like in asterisks underneath. Yeah. Say yes to everything.
Very small print. Very small print.
Oh my God. Well, let's just get right into it because this is the story that we've been like, we shouldn't talk about for a couple weeks now. And now finally, like we're getting some kind of updates, but not really.
Yeah. Well, none of it was factual enough, I feel like, for us to talk about it. But Jamie Foxx last month, he had a medical procedure, is what his family had called it, and some sort of medical complication when he was on set. He's been in Atlanta filming Back in Action with Cameron Diaz and some other people as well. And an ambulance came and ended up taking him to the hospital in Atlanta. There's been essentially radio silence ever since this happened.
Yeah.
His daughter Corinne has posted a few updates here and there on Instagram. And then he posted that one message where he's like, I'm okay, thanks guys. It's like just like a black image with a heart and no photo of him though.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are wanting almost proof that he's actually okay. And over the weekend, maybe it was Friday or over the weekend, he was trending all over Twitter.
I remember that,
and you were texting about it because people thought he was on life support, thought he was kind of going to die that day.
Yeah.
And then Corinne really stepped in and was like, guys, my dad's been out of the hospital for weeks now. He's recuperating and he really loves pickleball. Like he's been playing pickleball.
But we still don't know what happened or like what the medical procedure was.
No.
And what was it? He was checked into a facility in Chicago?
Yes. He's at a physical rehabilitation center.
Okay.
It specializes in various amount of things. I mean, for stroke rehabilitation, I think it also for cancer, traumatic brain injury rehab, spinal cord injury rehab. So, I mean, everything that maybe a rehabilitation center could cover.
Yeah.
Which is why it's hard for us to pinpoint what exactly happened to him. Maybe it was a stroke. I know that there was at some point they were stating that he had heart issues because of it. So again, a lot of question marks. We really don't have a lot of answers with this. But that's the latest because there was photos of his two daughters, Corinne and Annalise there, and Annalise's mom going to Chicago at the facility to, I mean, obviously check on him, make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
And that he's getting the recovery that he needs. But yeah, it's been over a month now. April 12th was when he was originally hospitalized. I
would just like to say I'm a huge Jamie Foxx fan.
Yeah,
in general.
Great.
Is there any chance that this is a plastic surgery snafu?
Plastic surgery though, I don't think it takes a whole month to be in this whole recovery where we can't see your face.
Nose job? Or like, I don't know.
I've never had a nose job. So
I know, I'm saying, but you know how people have that for like, how long? They have a little cast.
But if you're going to get a nose job, would you do it in the middle of your filming?
No.
Like, he literally had a stunt, a stunt double or just a double in general to go there to film some of his scenes. So he's not even going to wrap that film. Somebody else stood in for him. And they're going to do different, AI, CGI to make it more look like him. Yeah. Weird. This whole technology.
So this feels like it is a big thing then.
Yeah.
Or bigger than plastic surgery.
Yeah. Well, I think people thought he was really on his deathbed.
I think it is weird that he's not showing his face. That's my thing.
Yeah.
And also, what are you trying to save face from? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where I feel like if it is a legitimate concern, and things are okay, it's almost like a Jeremy Renner situation.
I was literally thinking him.
Like, take the photo, show that you're alive, okay, battling, but like I'm gonna make it.
But there are two different types of avenues. Like Jeremy Renner chose to really share everything.
Yeah.
He did that huge interview too.
Yeah.
He has posted everything to his sister washing his hair in the hospital, like every little piece of his recovery.
Yeah.
But Jamie really doesn't need to do that.
Yeah.
I think
you can be private about it.
Yeah. I think as people who like to know what's going on in celebrities' lives or just in people that we like to follow. Like we are Jamie Foxx fans. We want to know and we want to see it, but he doesn't really owe that to us, right?
I think it's one of those things where I just want, it's almost when you mix the two of somebody saying that people are okay and then not showing that people are okay.
Yeah.
It almost makes me more concerned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he could also shut down everything by just posting one photo. So that's why, even though I said like he doesn't owe it to us, it would shut down all of this. Media's taking over because his daughter was like, it's so crazy how much the media just runs with things. I mean, yeah, it is crazy. Yeah. I think it was Nia Long who said sending prayers to Jamie's family. And then after that, it just went viral where he's dying, he's on life support, and Twitter just went crazy with it, as we've seen in so many other stories where Twitter will just go on a rampage and say whatever they want.
I kind of wish that I'm surprised there haven't been more leaks from the set of the movie.
Yeah.
Typically that's a really easy way to like get information, whether that's true or not true, but get information from people on set. They're like, oh, out of nowhere he collapsed. That could be like a heart issue or situation, or he was doing stunts and like something messed up with his back or neck, you know, like then at least we have a little bit of context to what happened. The fact that nobody on set is like, hey, do you remember watching Jamie Foxx collapse?
Yeah.
Like what happened?
Or people even in the hospital. Clearly these people could be saying something too, but they're not.
Yeah.
Fat NDA forms there must be.
Well, that's the thing when his daughters were like, hey, like, oh no, he's good. He's been out. He's been playing pickleball. I was over it. I was like, oh, we're good. And then now I'm like, okay, wait, we're back in rehab?
There's some sort of, what is it called? Adaptive sports and fitness program. So I don't know if he's fully like in an intense game of pickleball, but maybe that's his way of recovering, getting a little bit more active. I don't think he's out there playing a lot of games though.
I think that he's hurting and this is like a front.
I think he's still in the hospital
bed.
bed.
I think so too.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I guess was good news was they announced that him and his daughter Corinne, who they do Beat Shazam together too, but they're going to do a trivia game show with Fox called We Are Family. So they announced that yesterday on Monday.
So signing contracts from the deathbed or from the hospital bed. Sorry.
Premature there.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say the only good news was it wasn't a snowplow.
And it was not a snowplow, and that was the biggest freak out.
Pretty sure it wasn't a snowplow.
Yeah. But that's weird though. Was that deal already closed before he hit the hospital bed, or is he like making calls?
Also, like, why is Fox like, hey, are you okay to do this? Like, should we sign this?
That's why I think it's weird. I think it's weird that news came out yesterday. Right after Friday, Corinne's like, he's okay. And then this other story comes out that he's actually in a rehabilitation center. And then now Fox is like, nope, they're doing a game show. I don't know. I'm still a little bit sussed out. I hope he's okay. I hope he's just trying to be private during his recovery. Yeah. And that's all it is.
I want to hear about it later, though. I hope that when he is like up and at him doing game shows, it's going to be like, hey, also, LOL, I had a seizure, you know, or like I had a mini stroke.
Or what if it was something more quote unquote embarrassing, like had an overdose or like, you know, like something drug or alcohol related where people don't necessarily want to like scream from the rooftops that happened.
That'd be sick.
Oh my gosh.
See, that's I'd be saying that.
Although I like when people talk about that because it's like Lamar Odom talking about his addiction problems and he's like, look
relatable.
Okay, moving on. Jimmy Foxx, we hope you're okay.
Yeah, seriously.
Relatable.
But if you OD'd, let us know.
Let us know.
Seriously. It'd give me a lot. I'd feel a lot better.
Yeah, from your weekend. What really happened this weekend?
You'll never know. Every weekend I have my friends post a thing that says, he's okay, he's out of the hospital bed.
From January, but Dennis is all in the clear.
He's alive. There were other interviews that happened this past weekend with Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, but it was really Gabrielle Union that was doing the interview, right? But it was with Bloomberg's Idea Generation. This is always classic when it's like, I love when these types of people like get into the money world and space. Like A-Rod does a ton of money stuff now. I don't know who qualified him for that, but exciting. But she was talking about how her and Dwayne Wade split their finances 50-50.
Yeah.
But the rest of the families, because wasn't Gabrielle Union married before too? I think she had a family already as well.
No. She's had recently had a book where she talked a lot about like her IVF issues, not IVF, but fertility issues. Yeah. And she wasn't able to conceive a baby. So her one and only child is her daughter that she shares with Dwayne Wade, while Dwayne has other children. How many does he have? He has 2 with one of his exes, another one with his ex, and then he's also a legal guardian of his nephew.
Yeah. So he has like 5 kids plus the one that they have with Gabrielle Union. And basically Gabrielle Union was kind of like, I wouldn't say, she was honest.
Yeah.
In a turn of, from the first story. She was honest about, hey, it's 50-50 with our finances.
Right.
Especially when, with some other people that we take on as dependents, maybe, the other kids, they're paying for a lot of it, majority of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like a lot of it too that she was talking about is when she was first getting started in Hollywood, like she had this scarcity mindset where she's scared money kind of won't keep coming.
Yeah.
Right. And especially when you are taking on other people, she said, like from other households is what she said, but really like they're the kids that she takes care of.
Yeah.
Unless there's other finances that we're not aware of. When she said other households, I took that as, you know, the kids that her husband has had with other people maybe.
Yeah.
But I honestly kind of forget that they're with other people because they seem like they've really fully blended their family and those are her kids almost.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget about his past people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like she stresses about money a little bit, but I thought it was interesting though. 50-50.
Yeah. Is that because I hear like a lot of people talk about that more so than I did a long time ago. Are you that route when you get married?
I think when you get married,
Well, they're married, right?
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think I have a little bit more of, I don't know, is it old school, traditional, whatever you want to say when you're dating. Like, I think it should be like the guy like throwing it down.
For like dates and like
Dating.
things like that.
Yeah. When you're married, though, I imagine.
But you would or are you like a person that's having separate bank accounts, or you're like everything's joint, split it?
I haven't thought about it too much. I feel like it makes sense to maybe have separate ones, but then also a joint one for like the house, the kids.
Shared expenses.
But if I want to go buy my, really nice purse, maybe I don't need to put that on my husband's card.
Yeah. Well, it's at the same time especially when.
But also I want access to your account because I want to know what you're doing.
What you're up to. Guys, that's why, or girls, so I have that separate account, that off.
Must have all passwords.
Seriously. But that's the thing too, where you were saying that it's kind of interesting now that we look at it that way because Gabrielle Union only has the one child with Dwayne.
Yeah.
Versus like when we were talking about 50-50, I'm sure she's like looking at the joint expense account and she's like looking at maybe some of Dwayne Wade's past mothers of the other children. And it's kind of like, okay, shouldn't you be sharing in some of these expenses?
The other woman should be, yeah.
Yeah. But because Dwayne Wade's like, hey, these are all my kids.
Right.
So he does share a lot of that responsibility. Yeah. Versus Gabrielle Union's probably like, okay, 5 more dependents just came into the joint checking account.
Right. I'm sure that maybe this is just an assumption, but those women probably aren't making as much as Dwayne Wade, former NBA player.
Yeah.
So like they probably can't fully support the kids. So a lot of finances fall onto him.
This is a Kelly
Clarkson.
Clarkson.
Therefore falls onto Gabrielle Union.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. This is a Kelly Clarkson divorce when that guy that she was married to for the longest time was demanding like
so much
$300,000 a month for like in child support. It's like, okay,
that's for you.
But I think that too, it was like, it's interesting though, and I always see like as people, especially when two like big celebrities in Hollywood or sports, etc., do get together, get married, and have kids or whatever, is that sometimes depending on who's hot at the moment, right? Like Dwayne Wade retired, so he's not going to be continually making his NBA checks. He'll have the players union, but he's made it. But then Gabrielle Union, she has continued to work and done things where I feel like sometimes in those couples, one or the other, they kind of like maybe they chill.
Yeah.
They don't feel like they need to continue to act or do endorsement deals, but both of them, I would say, have continued to be in the media, still doing TV shows and movies, Gabrielle Union. So you wonder if there is like some pressure, like she talked about in this interview, to be like, hey, we can't afford to stop working, which is crazy to think about, especially people that are living on like, normal jobs.
Right.
But I'm sure the lifestyle that they want to live with that many kids, it's like, hey,
that's a lot of kids to support. Yeah, exactly what you said though, because she did talk about that pressure. She's like, sometimes I worry about how'd that movie do or how'd that TV show do, because it's like, who am I feeding?
Yeah.
Is someone not going to get fed tonight? She said that. So
when also you're just hoping that Dwayne Wade is not sleeping with anybody else and adding more.
Yeah, please don't have more kids.
Exactly.
Unless they're with me.
Not from even a love perspective. I just can't take on the financial burden anymore, Dwayne.
I know. Are people going to stop having like as many kids, you think?
They already do.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's like 1 to 2.
Well, the economy will like turn around.
Yeah.
Then we'll get a big boom.
Like, 10 kiddos.
No condoms, just everywhere. But I mean, like, I think it's an interesting take. Like, I think that your take was good, though, on when you get married, like, maybe there's a joint for all the expenses.
Right.
And then there's, like, you have your own account for maybe some splurge things.
Yeah.
Everybody has access, but, like, maybe it's, like, your thing.
So you're giving access.
Well, you were like, hey, well, I don't want to be shady. Shady's weird.
Like, the password keeps changing.
Says the girl that changes her every password every 2 minutes.
Dennis, every time he needs to get into my phone to start recording this, I'm like, new password.
Yeah, changed
2221.
Hey, I'm going to drop something off at your place. Oh, new password. Sorry, let me open it for you. What in the... Oh, yeah, I don't know it because it changes every week. What? Scarlett's got serious privacy issues.
I know. I'm like, you're making me sound crazy.
Either way, it was cool to see her open up about kind of that, like, financial relationship. Because a lot of people don't do that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is my favorite story of the day, obviously. It has to be. Just because we've been following up on it so much.
Okay.
This whole Maddie Healy, Taylor Swift...
Dating? Question
mark.
But now it's kind of like an exclamation point.
Exclamation point, question mark. I wouldn't say... Are you thinking it's in stone?
I still think it's exclamation point, question mark.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But everyone's convinced. Now all the headlines are dating, holding hands, dinner date, double date, yay, together.
I saw the holding hands, and that was a little bit more damning, if you ask me.
Yeah, because over the weekend she was performing in Philly. Maddie Healy, again, was at a concert on Saturday night with her dad in... I guess a private box.
Yeah.
They're together. And then they also got dinner, even take it back a few more days before that, last Thursday. They were on, again, a double date with Jack Antonoff and his fiance at Casa Cipriani?
Sure, we'll go with that.
In New York.
We've all been there.
So they're seeing each other more and more. And at that dinner is where that photo of them holding hands was.
Yeah. And then earlier this week.
This morning, technically.
Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Whoa. They were leaving the studio, a studio in New York City. Mm-hmm. But many people were leaving the studio together. And I think the thing that was always interesting to me too was it's one thing if it's other musicians, because I totally get that.
Kendrick Lamar was there.
Where it's like people are maybe collabing or they're like even like, hey, I'm working on this. Do you want to listen in?
Yeah.
Et cetera. But then also there was like Jared Carmichael, who is a comedian and kind of like a TV person. And you're almost like, okay, was this more of just like a fun...
Are we all hanging out at the studio?
Or was there work being done?
I feel like I see her at the studio all the time, though. So, which is why it makes me feel like this is like where she goes to record music.
Yeah.
Not really to hang out.
Yeah.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like people coming that aren't...
The only reason there's still a question mark for me is, are they just recording something together and they're becoming really good friends? I mean, think about it. When she used to collab with Ed Sheeran, I'm sure they were hanging out a bunch. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
But also, you know what they say.
Factor.
The dad factor is weird. You know what they say, though. When you're collabing, you're featuring on a song, there's always a little
hand holding.
Yeah, a little off-screen chemistry.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. I still think that Taylor Swift fans hate it.
They do, because they don't love him.
He is not the demo that they want for her.
Mm-hmm. He also has we talked about those little controversies.
Yeah.
Or not controversies. Biting toes, licking tongues.
Had some drug.
He did that little Nazi symbol though too.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Apparently was to call out Kanye though.
Ooh.
So it's either he's calling out Kanye or he's also in the same category as Kanye.
I just think that he's so outspoken and so off the walls. Mm-hmm. I don't know a world where him and Taylor would be able to.
But like you said, I feel like last episode or whenever, it's kind of like she went from Joe, who was almost too quiet, right? Maybe you need that other extreme.
You need that swing of the pendulum.
Yeah.
But also, we've said this before, is it not just, hey, back out on the market after 6 years, right?
Yeah.
Just need some strange.
Okay, I think I would agree with you on that if the breakup actually happened in April, but I'm convinced it happened
January.
Months ago. I mean, maybe January.
Maybe January, something like that.
You're like, don't go that far away.
I don't know. But I'm just saying, I don't see this having legs.
No, this is not, no.
It's a fling.
This is Emrata.
Yeah. Well, a little bit more. I mean, Emrata usually is like quick make out Tokyo somewhere else. And then she's
See you never. And
next.
then Harry Styles is like, I'm not even going to go to the Met Gala because I don't want to run into you.
I don't want
Bad kisser, dodge.
But who was the bad kisser there? We don't really know.
It looked like Harry Styles.
Oh,
There's
man.
no way. And Taylor's like, banged that too. Oh, what's it called? Not banged. More normal.
Hooked up with?
No.
What's
Bagged. I was trying to think of
him?
the slang.
Bagged that too.
Bagged that too.
Banged
Taylor's
that
like
too.
been with everybody though, really.
Yeah, no, she has.
Yeah.
No, her
Like-
lineup is sick.
Like people hitting, like getting to Harry Styles now. She's like, yeah, already
Been
been there,
there.
done that,
But also at the same time, that's what she got all the bad rap for,
which was dumb.
which was dumb. Now, Icon
Yeah.
just has she's just got a good roster
Good
that
thing
she's bagged. You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to be a little bit more PG than banged.
Yeah, bagged better than banged.
Just came out.
But also at the same time, like, I still don't think, maybe right now, the way 1975 is going and how popular they are,
Yeah.
Matty Haley's maybe on that same vibe right now, but I don't even know who to put in the same room with her to be like, hey, you're the right match. Like, I don't even know who that is.
Impossible.
So for her, she's always settling.
Yeah.
But that's the thing where it has to be somebody that's at the top of their game, because apparently Joe is just too stand on the side. So we need somebody that's a little bit more out there.
I think so.
I don't know. I'm really interested to see where this continues to go, though, because the more photos that there are, it doesn't feel like it's going away.
Are we feeling the chemistry with it, though? I need more photos.
More photos.
More photos. I need to see them kiss out in Tokyo.
Man, a
'Cause then
Tokyo
we'll
kiss
know.
cements it.
When we see a kiss, I will be Taylor Maddie.
Ship them.
Ship them.
Man.
Like, okay, also the picture they have, before we move on, is like her just kind of like reaching for his hand, you know? I would do that.
Yeah. Yeah. But also the one when they're leaving and he has the hand on the back. That intimacy, that's a little bit more.
Ooh.
Something's.
A little spicy.
Maybe something's gone down.
Yeah. But also that when he's leaving the recording studio, when they both are, he kind of touches the small of her back and opens the door for her. But a respectable gentleman could just do that for a really good friend. And when there's a ton of paparazzi, like,
I would say
like, I hope you're kind of helping me get through.
A respectable gentleman that has a motive. You know what I mean?
Super respectable.
Well, yeah, it's like, we're just friends. Hope we're not. You know what I mean?
Hopefully not for long.
Also, I love it too when Taylor loves a short king.
Is he that short?
Just like he's like normal height, but she's very tall.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying comparatively to herself.
Okay.
She's she's always like never with a tall guy, I feel like.
Yeah.
Which is just because I noticed.
It's tougher when you're tall.
When they were leaving, I was just saying she was wearing her little flats next to Maddie. So, it was like, we're all chill.
That's very like good though.
Yeah. No, it's just, I just think it's
I
so
always
funny.
think of Zendaya and Tom Holland. She does not care.
No.
Sophie Turner and
Joe Jonas.
It's hot to date
Taylor's
a short
also
king.
bagged Joe Jonas.
Nick.
No,
Joe Jonas.
Joe.
Joe Jonas. Yeah.
She's all over it.
all over. We love her. Okay, another couple.
Well, now we're on to your favorite.
Question mark, exclamation point for them.
I know where I stand. Okay, Bad Bunny and Kendall. If you weren't paying attention to sports over the weekend, Lakers were in Game 7 Game 6? No, Game 6 versus the Golden State Warriors to clinch the Western Conference semifinals. So all the stars were out. Yeah, they ended up winning it. But all the stars were out at that game.
Yeah.
Including Kendall and Bad Bunny sitting courtside for everyone to see. Mm-hmm. This is coming off the back of like, the past couple months.
Coachella, they were first linked in February, kissing at a club. Horseback riding, Coachella, your favorite.
Okay.
Romantic. Sensual.
Killing me. But this is my thing. We're seeing the pictures. They both get, of course, shouted out.
Yeah.
Did you feel, in the pictures you saw, the videos you saw, did you feel chemistry?
Man, chemistry is the hot topic today. No.
I completely...
He's getting hotter, though.
Okay, can we stick to one subject for a second? Chemistry-wise, I didn't feel it either.
No.
There was nothing about it that gave me...
What'd you say?
There was nothing intimate about it that gave me like, oh...
They look like friends.
Yeah, and almost like they're not even really like Kendall's not even like leaning in and like trying to act like
she's
this is
him.
Yeah, like this is like like when you're doing a PR couple and you should probably like lean in for
a few flirty shots.
Okay.
They have some flirty ones.
I guess, but I would say that more so he is trying to play the role. Is doing his job trying to be like, hey.
Well, Kendall's always been a little bit like, come on.
But I just feel like her whole thing the whole time is sitting straight like a pencil, no hand on the quad, no like arm around each other.
Did he have his hand on her?
He was like, because he's in the back, like if the court's over here, he's leaning in to talk to her.
Yeah.
A little bit closer, like because it's loud. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not. Hands are at.
Okay, maybe it's still early stages. 3 months in, I don't know.
They went horseback riding. After I go horseback riding, that means
that is like glued to each other there.
They were in those pictures.
They were.
But then at the Lakers game, it's like,
yeah, and they're always. I have noticed whenever they're like walking, he's never doing the hand on the small of the back.
No
hold handing.
And like
hand holding.
Hold handing. Like I said, Maddie Healy, motive. Bad Bunny's like, whatever. This isn't even a thing.
For the photo.
Yeah, that's at least how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I know or that I
will
care.
say I think a majority are kind of feeling how we feel.
Yeah, and it'd be different, and like because I know that a lot of Bad Bunny fans don't like it anyway. Mm-hmm. But it'd be different, like in the Taylor Swift thing, where also I'd say Taylor Swift fans aren't huge fans of Maddie Healy, where it's like, but you see the photos that you're kind of like. The evidence is against us.
We need a kiss. Again, we need a kiss. Make out already.
We need a kiss. Chris, put it on the books. We need a kiss to cement this thing. That would really make it easier for me to believe it.
She's fallen off, Chris. Come on.
She has. New Kardashians trailer drop, though.
Yeah, it did. This whole like Kourtney and Kim thing though, or Kourtney and Khloe getting mistaken of who they are. Did you see that?
No.
Khloe put on her story where she's like, guys, just so you know, I know that me and Kourtney look super alike, but she's kind of like cracking a joke because there's been a ton of videos where paparazzi are like Kim gets out of the car first and then Khloe gets out of the car. And instead of yelling, Khloe, they're like, Kourtney over here, Kourtney. And I guess this has been a thing that's like repeatedly been happening where they're getting them confused. So she literally also posted a photo on her story, all of the Kardashians lined up, points to Kourtney, points to her, and she's like, also, so you guys know, 99% of the time, I'm blonde and she's brunette. Also, height differences. Like, out of the sisters, I would say those two look the least
similar.
Yeah. So I feel like they're just kind of like switching up names. Like, all the Ks are confusing. They know who Kim is. What's the next K? Maybe Khloe or Kourtney or Kendall or Kylie. And they're just like, shoot, we'll just go with Kourtney. But looks-wise...
That's embarrassing.
Blonde versus brunette.
Do your job.
Yeah.
Paparazzi, do your job.
Do your job. You got to know who these people are, especially the Kardashians.
Before we leave the Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner situation, really terrible news is that there's a bar that Scarlett and I have been to many times in Los Angeles on the coast, closer to Santa Monica and Malibu, called Short Bar, that a bunch of people had on Sunday, and this happens regularly.
We're there on a dead Friday. Yeah. He texted me on Sunday. What were we doing?
Nothing. We weren't doing anything.
Getting ready, I don't know, for work the next day.
Yeah, I don't know.
Resting, sleeping.
Winnie Harlow, her boyfriend Kyle Kuzma, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Tobey Maguire were all there for Young Taco's birthday.
Yeah.
At Shore Bar. Yeah, Kendall and Bad Bunny were there. They went to Giorgio Baldi, which is right next door, for dinner, which is also Rihanna's favorite restaurant. And then just go on over to Shore Bar. It's really upsetting, guys. I just want to say.
But again, friendly setting. That doesn't have to be we're together. They're just friends. Kendall and Bad. BB.
At Shore Bar?
Yeah. I don't think that necessarily means they're dating because they went to a party together.
If I invite a girl to courtside at the Lakers, we're trying to talk.
Are either of them paying for those tickets?
Ooh. I think you have to.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Okay,
yeah. The Lakers can't give out those tickets because how would they get paid?
No, but I'm saying maybe their managers or somebody's getting them in those seats.
Well, Chris wants them to be seen as a couple.
Chris is the momager.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If they're paying for it, then it's Chris wants that to be.
I guess they could be paying for it.
Yeah, you don't go to the Lakers or Knicks courtside and you happen to be next to another single superstar.
No. They definitely got them together.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they got them together.
That's what I'm saying. When you go from that and then the next day going to the birthday party, showing up again together.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they definitely want us to think that.
They want us to think that. Sharp.
Sticking with it.
Sharp. And then one of our friends of the Kardashians.
Yeah, happy couple.
Hailey and Justin. Who was she talking to? The Sunday Times?
Yeah.
As in
newspaper.
Yeah, okay.
Well, now a website.
Yeah, right. Newspapers don't exist. She was just this is a lot of candid interviews lately.
Yeah, I guess.
I think this is true. Yeah. She was just talking about how she's scared to have, she wants to have kids with Justin, but she's scared to.
I would be too.
I don't think you would be.
I wouldn't. No.
You'd be. Let's go.
I don't want to marry Justin Bieber. Marry, fuck, kill. I'm not marrying Justin.
Who are my other options?
I only gave one.
So you're just saying if it's Justin, you don't want to marry him?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to marry him.
Or kill him?
Not killing him.
So the other one?
The other one.
Okay. Could still end up in kids.
You have to give me 3 and then I'll answer it, but you couldn't think of them.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny. Oh, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah, so I was going to say, you're really going to back yourself in a corner here.
Yeah.
But basically she was saying that it's not because she's scared as in if you're maybe thinking health complications or anything like that, she's scared because of all of the stuff that's been going on with how much stick she gets from the media, from fans, towards herself, her relationship with Justin, etc., and just is really upset and scared potentially for what that child might go through.
Yeah, and that's understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, they got married in, 2019? So it
feels so long ago now.
It does feel like a long time. But that's just a part of being famous. I mean, I'm sure her family's had fears about bringing their children into this world. I mean, we were just talking about the Kardashians, so it's making me think of them a little bit. But I think Kylie does a great job at that, honestly. I feel like she shows her kids a little bit, but is still not as public as some of her other sisters. And I think she'll just have to learn those boundaries. I don't think that should be her reason not to bring kids into this world, which is why I'm I think there's other reasons. I think they're just maybe waiting right now, and that's okay.
Wouldn't you argue, though, too, and we've said this a million times, and I know it's like beating a dead horse, but I think that Justin Bieber is a special case, and he's made it worse by not saying anything throughout this, that it gives...
fuel to the fire.
Fuel to the fire, leeway to fans that maybe are fans of Selena or not fans in general of Justin and Hailey.
Yeah.
That instead of just being hey, if you guys don't support my wife and my relationship and the kid that I have, then you're not truly my fans. And if he did that, I feel like it gives that child that they might potentially have a little bit more safety versus never saying anything is you're almost you're just leaving the world to interpret it however they want to, which they will anyway, but
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like Justin always kind of takes the back seat with this.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the Selena, Hailey, even Kylie drama that we talked about, I guess a month ago or more than a month ago, could have been squashed a lot quicker. Luckily, Selena and Hailey got on the phone and talked to each other. But still, I mean, fans are always going to choose sides. Fans are always going to go like die hard for whoever they believe in. It's kind of being able to maneuver, though. How are we going to separate it? Because those fans are always going to be there. Are you going to limit the internet? How are you going to make sure that you have that good peace of mind? Your kids have that good peace of mind. And you have to really separate yourself from the outside world in certain levels. You know what I mean? Because I think that's the best way that they can actually live, because you're not going to be able to protect them from everything. Yeah. You're not going to be able to guard them from the fact that you guys are famous. I mean, you're both huge stars. Yeah. So
I would argue, though, that this is a little bit BS in general. Yeah. Because I was thinking about other couples of like North. I was just thinking about like with Kim and Kanye. And then you mentioned Kylie and Travis. Both of those men are huge superstars that have both done terrible things in the past like 2 or 3 months. Maybe not Travis. Stretch was an accessory. But it's like, I think that we're giving society a little bit not enough credit. Like, I don't know how many people are coming after kids.
I think some say nasty things about kids, like you're fat, you're ugly. I think that
to North and like to Kylie's kids,
not necessarily them exactly, but I'm sure that those comments have come out. Yeah, which is why Kim, though, smart, turn off your comments. That way, North wants to create these fun, creative TikToks. She wants to show her art online. Great. I'm going to turn off the comments, though, because I don't want to have anything nasty or have them comment something nasty about my husband, because so much has been happening with Kanye. You know, like you have to just figure that out.
There's ways. Yeah. There's checks and balances. Yeah. Yeah. I was just going to say, like, maybe, I'm probably a little naive to think that people don't go after kids.
I'm sure they do.
Also makes me feel gross that people would do that.
It's disgusting.
Like, even whatever your relationship is with the parents of said child. Yeah. It's like, if you hate Kim or you hate Kanye, what does that kid have to do with it?
Nothing. But
nothing at all.
It's just literally the biological thing, and they want to hate.
They gonna hate.
They gonna hate. I mean, it's true. Haters gonna hate.
They gonna hate. Let's stay on the hate vibes.
Love a good hater.
Ariana Maddox preview clip for Vanderpump. When that's
tomorrow. So Wednesday. This episode, Playing Telephone, is coming out today. But we have the finale of Vanderpump Rules also on Wednesday. Yeah, we're gonna have to recap that. We will. But then it's a 3-part reunion, so
we're not even gonna get.
We're not done yet.
No.
But Bravo released a little preview clip, and it's Ariana sitting on the couch talking to Sheena and Katie, and essentially
from the reunion.
Not from the reunion. Okay. It's from the finale.
Yeah.
From the finale.
Yeah.
Final episode, and then we'll have the reunion. They're sitting on the couch talking, and she's essentially just telling them when she found out about the affair, according to her. Hey. And she talks about how she found, just like we all know, she was at that concert. She doesn't detail it, but I was also at that concert. She talks about finding the FaceTime, the screen recording of Raquel. She doesn't say it was explicit, but we know that it was explicit, so probably a little bit of touchy. What?
Nothing. I didn't realize before that it was a FaceTime that was screen recorded. Yeah. That sounds sussy.
I thought it was a video of herself.
I thought it was a video that was sent. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it was a FaceTime. Well, so that means you're screen recording.
Screen recording FaceTimes is scary. That's like screen recording Snapchats. Like, you're kind of gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're the
I've definitely screen recorded, though, a Snapchat of like my nephew.
Yeah, if it's consensual and appropriate.
But also Snapchat is completely different because they alert you like, this girl's recording you.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if FaceTime does it? Hopefully, shoot.
No, it just makes it makes a sound if you take a picture.
Okay.
But if your sound is off, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Either way, we're pretty sure those two that was consensual.
So she said it was definitely consensual from where we've come at this point.
Where we figured out.
But anyway, she was talking to Sheena, and apparently during this FaceTime, Sandoval's at Schwartz's house. So then Katie's like, oh my gosh, this happened at Schwartz's house. Duh, no surprise there either. Sandoval and Schwartz are 2 peas in a pod, more than him and Raquel probably. And then talks about the first time they had sex, or when did this all start? So she decides to call Raquel. When did you start this affair. And she says, oh, it was right after the girls' trip, which was in August, and they all went to Las Vegas. And then Ariana really focuses on her dog, where she was like, that wasn't just the girls' trip. That was the day that Charlotte died. So she's like, so while I'm mourning the death of my dog, I find out that you guys didn't just kiss. So then she gets mad at Raquel because she said they just kissed, but then she later finds out they actually had sex, and they had sex in the car. And that same night, Sandoval came knocking on the door because he lost his key. So after having sex with Raquel, he has to knock and ring the doorbell at their house, him and Ariana's house, and Ariana has to come answer it. So she's like, so not only that, but I also had to answer the door for him. 1 minute clip. There was your recap.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know.
You're over it. Just say it.
I'm not over it. I just think that there's more. We know this. The reason we love Vanderpump, it's produced very well.
Yeah.
I think that the people that stay on it for a long time are smart, and they know what's going to drive their career and longevity. I'm not saying that Ariana knew the whole time about this affair, but if that happened in August, you're telling me that we didn't know
until April, March?
Yeah. Until March? I don't know.
No, she didn't find that out though.
Yeah.
So the night that she made this phone call was March. When we all found out too.
We re-aired
is
this.
What they're claiming.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Is what we're claiming. But
yeah.
Are we accepting
I'm thinking maybe they did cheat, had the affair. There were so many signs though, like Raquel not showing up to work 2 hours late because she slept at Sandoval's house when Ariana was out of town. And I was like, what? Wait, so you slept at my house? Like, there's so many little hints. There's even one clip that I saw on TikTok the other day where Raquel is asking Ariana, like, well, how are you and Sandoval been? And she's like, oh, we're okay. He talks about how, like, we don't have sex enough. And she's like, yeah, me and Sandoval go through some dry spells, too. Did you accidentally say Sandoval? Or, do you know what I mean? It's weird.
That's insane.
So many weird things where it's like, did you guys just know you guys are both sleeping with the same person and you're having this conversation? Or is this actually as big as we're thinking it is?
I don't know.
I'll have to send you that clip because that one was weird to me.
You did send me the one too that was like talking about how Sandoval always is saying that he never has enough sex with people, but then he's like never around.
He's never around to spend time with the person, do have sex with them, and he's like, I just feel like my presence is annoying you. And it's like, yeah, your presence is really annoying, Tom.
But my question is like, I didn't realize this, and maybe this is something that we need to know more about, is where is he at slinking off all the time? If you've been in a 10-year relationship or whatever, Ariana has been in. He's somewhere.
Or other women.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If Raquel thinks that he is being loyal to her, pack a bag now too. I mean, come on.
Okay, well, we will have to recap what happens tomorrow. It's going to be electric. And the 3 Wednesdays after that, or 2 Wednesdays
I really
after
hope they're not 1 week after another. Like, just bang them out. Are they going to make us wait an entire month to see it all?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God.
Bravo, Andy, for sure.
Love Andy Cohen. STL represent.
In quick news, The Voice announced that they're going to have replace Blake Shelton for next season.
Yeah.
Country icon.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Blake.
R.I.P.
And if you didn't know, Blake's still alive. He's just leaving The Voice.
Yeah, that's been such his like staple thing that he does every year.
Like 20 years.
I know, it's time. Spend some time with Gwen. You gotta spend time with your person.
Reba McEntire is going to replace him.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
I doubt she'll be a multiple year person. You know, they kind of have a rotating chair there.
Yeah, they're like, you want to do it this year? Okay, get you on CeeLo Green.
Next, yeah, exactly. Yeah. CeeLo Green was kind of a staple in the beginning.
Oh yeah, he was in the very beginning. And Christina Aguilera, yeah. Miley was on there a few years.
Yeah, Miley was a big, I'll do it a year or two and then get out of there. Ariana Grande was like a year or two.
She was fun. I liked her. She was a good judge.
Your family loves The Voice. I don't watch it.
We do love The Voice. So I think Reba will be a good addition, not
long-term fit.
Yeah, maybe not long-term, but not Blake Shelton. It was sad to see Adam Levine leave, and now seeing Blake.
He was busy.
Of the show.
Adam Levine was busy. We found out later.
Yeah, busy.
Him and Tom Sandoval hang out.
They should hang out, yeah. But Adam's still with his person, so.
And then the only other thing that happened was Kate Bosworth and Justin Long got married. The only thing I wanted to say about that, this is good news, but Justin Long has a really crazy relationship history. Did you know that he dated Drew Barrymore for like ever?
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem weird to you?
It does. But we've been talking about, like, are they married, are they not, for a while. So I'm glad they finally confirmed it.
Stamp.
So thank you. Marriage license.
They have been, everybody for the longest time was saying, like, hey, will you guys just...
Can we figure this out?
Let's put it together.
Yeah, they're married. Congrats.
Congrats. That's our good news of the week, as we're just constantly going down the line on who's not together, who is...
Mark, exclamation point? No, we got a bunch of exclamations at the end.
There, yeah.
That about wraps it up, though.
Exactly.
So don't forget to follow us at Playing Telephone on Instagram and TikTok, and we're also uploading full episodes to YouTube. Nice, Dennis.
Exactly.
Thanks for listening.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.